Well, hey guys, one of the first places my kids and I made a video when we started this YouTube journey a few years ago was right here at William Faulkner's Roanoke. One of the reasons we started here is because, well, I love Faulkner's writings, but he's also been given credit for the quote that goes something like this: if you're going to understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi. Now, I don't know for sure if Faulkner really said that or not. I just know I agree with the quote. And so as we go on this YouTube journey, we've stopped and learned and told stories and showed you places where important events in the history of the great state of Mississippi have happened. And we visited the graves of the people that the state of Mississippi has produced. We've done all this in an attempt to portray Mississippi in an unfiltered and uncut sort of way, telling the stories that we can verify and believe to be true, even when they don't fit with the popular narrative or maybe even ruffle a few feathers, because we say something a little bit different than what's always been believed by some viewers. It's been amazing the variety of stories we've done. We've not only done stories about Nobel Prize-winning authors, but we, of course, have covered civil rights and the Civil War. We visited the grave of the singing brakeman, the father of country music. We've visited the graves of many of Mississippi's governors. We've visited the birthplace of Elvis Presley. We've shown you the father of the Delta Blues, Robert Johnson, and the king of the blues, the great B.B. King. We do such a wide variety of videos that it's kind of hard for the algorithm to grab onto us sometime. So if you think you like this kind of content, we sure do need you to smash that like button. As we finish this year out, I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a look back at some of the places we've been. And I challenge you to find a place with as small a population as the great state of Mississippi that's impacted the world to a greater degree. Let's start our journey today at the grave of the great William Faulkner. We did a video of a driving tour of all the locations in Greenwood where the movie The Help was filmed. We've gone to Clarksdale and explored the churches involved in the civil rights movement and, of course, some blues history as well. And that all starts right here at the crossroads, the exact spot where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil. We've also done a story about a group of Mormons that left Mormon Springs, Mississippi and Monroe County and traveled the Oregon Trail and were some of the first Mormons into Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, how different would your life be if it were not for this man? For you see, he gave you the teddy bear. And we did a couple videos about the life of Holt Collier and his contributions to our world. And, of course, there's Mississippi writer, the great Willie Morris. Of course, you can't talk about Willie without talking about his dog, Skip. Another movie filmed in Mississippi is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Specifically, in this instance, the bank robbery scene was filmed right here in this old bank building in Yazoo City. We've been to Corinth and shown you through the Corinth contraband camp. If you don't know what contraband camps were, you need to check that video out. We've taken you to the campus of the University of Mississippi and talked to you about the James Meredith and the Lyceum building and its history. Then there's the Riverside Hotel in Clarksdale where rock and roll was born, or at least where Ike Turner and the group that performed Rocket 88, the tune that's said to be the first rock and roll tune ever made, they practiced that tune right here in this basement before they headed to Memphis to record it. Of course, I thought it was neat to see the room where John Kennedy Jr. stayed when he toured the Delta in the 90s. There's so many athletes in Mississippi, like Charlie Connolly, quarterback for the New York Giants, an NFL extraordinaire, and also Charlie was the Marlboro Man. We've been by Louisville to learn a little bit about Fannie Lou Hamer. She did so much more with her life other than impacting the Democratic National Convention during the 60s. You can pay your respects at her gravesite just beside the statue. Did you know a Mississippian gave up the last 2 home runs of Babe Ruth's career? Meet a guy named Guy Bush. He's buried in Shannon. We've also taken you to the site where Colonel Jeffrey Forrest was shot and killed during the Civil War. Jeffrey was Bedford Forrest's younger brother. We've been by Bryant's Grocery, where horrible events led to the death of a young 14-year-old boy, Emmett Till. The events surrounding Emmett's death and the trial of his killers kick-started the civil rights movement. We've also taken you to Philadelphia and told you the story of the 3 civil rights workers who were killed there during Freedom Summer in 1964. This is the grave of James Chaney, the only one of the 3 that were murdered who was a Mississippian. We've told you about a guy named Jack Hathcock who ran the State Line Mob in and around Corinth, Mississippi for a number of years. As you can see, we've told you stories about athletes, writers, musicians, all kinds of people who have changed your world. I hope you enjoy these Mississippi sunsets and you head on over to the channel and learn more about how the great state of Mississippi has impacted your world. Thank you.